Hello, it's Nat, Nanny Goat Tarot. I've got a mess going on here, but today I have the Phantomwise Tarot. This is by the same author as The Night Circus, which I have not read. I had this deck kind of on, I almost said the other word. I had this deck on my radar for a while. I didn't pull the plug. I hadn't really been looking at like black and white decks. Or thinking that I would get one. The last one I got that was kind of similar to like the color scheme was the Tea Stain Tarot, which I love, okay? But then when I learned that this was a linen cardstock, I pulled the plug immediately because I am a linen cardstock obsessed lunatic. So I got it on Amazon and it was, well, it says US $24.99, Canada $33.99. Erin Morgenstern, from the author of The Night Circus 78 card deck and guidebook. The inside is red. I love it. It's so decadent looking. On the back, welcome to a nocturnal fantasia where nothing is as it seems. The images in this black and white dreamscape exist now and then and out of time completely, somewhere between asleep and awake. The hand-painted characters and creatures who inhabit this circusy wonderland serve as symbols illustrating moments and mysteries encountered in life's journey. The enclosed guidebook will light your way, but you must trust your intuition as you travel the path of the Phantomwise Tarot. And then there's 3 cards on the back. The Star, the Two of Cups, and the Hangman are on the back. The guidebook is pretty good. It's got the rose petal finish. It's got a few blurbs in the front. There's a quote: "Still she haunts me, phantom-wise. Alice moves under skies, never seen by waking eyes. Lewis Carroll through the looking glass, and what Alice found there." It's got an intro. This black and white world is a little bit circusy, a little bit wonderland, a little bit nocturnal fantasia of its own invention, a mix of myth and fairy tale, and chaotically splattered paint populated with pirates and puppies and ballerinas and books, all conjured from shadow and light. This is a dreamland. It exists now and then and out of time completely, somewhere between asleep and awake. Each individual encountered here could be real or illusion, reflection or distortion. The ravens may not be what they seem. The cats know more than they'll ever tell. Within the major arcana, an inquisitive child and in a white dress will foolishly chase after a rabbit despite cat-issued warnings and find themselves tumbling through a world of shadowy figures and swirling clouds and dark moonlit woods before they find their feet on solid ground of the world again. 78 cards can be shuffled and drawn to create different interludes that may provide insight, clarity, and new perspectives. And then there's suggestions for how to read the cards. I like this part. It says it's all different ones. It says shuffle the deck into 3 piles and resemble the deck in the most pleasing order before drawing the cards on top. Or spread the cards out on a surface face down, draw one at a time. Or draw a single card per day and keep a notebook with your observations. Or forget where that notebook went, or forget to draw cards every day and just draw cards whenever time allows and consider them in the moment. Or use them in classic tarot spreads or spontaneously created spreads or the spreads found in this book. Or draw a single card and leave it on display for an hour, a day, a week. Or at the turn of the year, pull a card for each of the upcoming months. Or keep the cards in order and flip through them like a storybook, or shuffle the cards and create new stories. So there's the Dream Child spread, 1, the Dreamer, 2, Dreaming, and 3, Waking. I like that spread. I like little spreads for daily draws. Celestial Navigation spread would be the Ship, the Sextant, the Evening Star, the North Star, the Morning Star, the Far Shore. Down the Rabbit Hole. Down the Rabbit Hole. The Fool, the Rabbit, the Cat, the Rabbit Hole, the Fall, the Underground, the World. And then an author's note: the Phantomwise Tarot was painted between 07 and 10 in an attempt to relearn the tarot after having picked it up and put it down again several times before. To aid in this endeavor, I decided to paint my own versions of the cards, not as an in-depth study, but to help capture them in my own memory and imagination. Each card was hand-painted in black and white acrylic paint and all the shades of gray that resulted from messily mixing the two. During the same time period, I was writing a book that would eventually become The Night Circus. Each project contains a reflection of the other, sometimes subtly and sometimes less so. Both are black and white wonderlands peppered with kittens. The hangman appears identically in each, and I truthfully cannot recall which came first. The card images are loosely based on the classic Rider-Waite-Smith designs in an inimitable Pamela Coleman Smith. This deck can be used with any Rider-Waite-Smith tarot guides. I have not included reverse meanings here because I do not personally read with reversals. These cards have waited patiently for over a decade to find their way out into the world, and I'm delighted that they can now be held, shuffled, and explored. So, there's a good paragraph for each card. I'll show you some of the cards. Okay, Ace of Swords. You can kind of see the linen finish on there. I didn't know that it was a stamp. It's a stamp that goes over the finished card that makes it feel like linen. The Queen of Swords. Hierophant. Three of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. So it's her and a little dog in this one. Queen of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Empress. Five of Wands. Knight of Swords. Emperor. The Fool. This is kind of like Alice, right? A little dark-haired Alice. Eight of Cups. Four of Cups. Seven of Swords. Page of Cups. King of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, Judgment. Ten of Cups. Six of Wands. Six of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Seven of Cups. I like that one. They put it in her hair. The Four of Wands. Queen of Cups. The Nine of Swords. The Ten of Swords. The Moon. Six of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Okay, I'll shuffle these and then we'll just pull a couple. That way you can get an idea of what is in the guidebook. And per usual, the deck is bowed. This is pretty normal with all of my linen decks. The deck will bow just a little bit, and to me, that's a small price to pay for a linen cardstock. I don't have a linen cardstock deck that's not bowed. Maybe my tea stain. I haven't seen a bow on that one yet, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. Three of Wands. Sorry, Two of Wands. Two of Wands. And I was going to say, because I just did Three of Wands and that was not the image. Wait a second. I did it, a draw on my ASMR channel, and Three of Wands was one of them that I pulled. And Nine of Wands. That's crazy. I've pulled nothing but wands today. Nothing but wands today. All right, so let's do the Two of Wands. Two of Wands. All right, I'll hold the card up. A black cat sits in the branches of a tree, gazing out upon the world, a small creature in a high place with big dreams. Balanced, waiting, a time for seeking, yearning, daydreaming, envisioning the future, preparation. Laying plans, envisioning goals, looking out for new adventures. All right, and then the Nine of Wands. My last pull that I did for the other channel was the Three of Wands and the Knight of Wands. And now we have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Wands. All right, Nine of Wands. A figure stands, I'll hold it up. A figure stands in a field with wands, exhausted but not quite able to rest yet, ready to move on, wounded but still standing, resilient and prepared for what comes next. A time to stand fast through long trials, continue pressing forward, almost there. So that is the gist of what's in the book per card. Let me know if you have this deck, if you want this deck, if it's on your radar. If you don't want it, whatever, that's cool too. I love it. Highly recommend. If you're still there and you watched it to the end, thank you, and I will see y'all real soon.